All right, guys, today I'm going to teach you how to play with the text tool and things to do with your type because I know you're going to make a title for your magazine, for your comic book. So I'm going to click on the type tool and then I'm going to come down here and I'm going to click. And so I don't have to make a text box. At first I thought you had to, but you don't always have to make a text box. So I could just type here anything I want. So make sure I'm on that type tool and I'm going to type some text. All right, so now I can get on the pointer and I can move that text when it's a box there. I can move it anywhere I want to. I can get back on that type tool, highlight that. I can change over here. You're going to see this. I could change the type of font I want to anything I want. I could change the size of that. Now this only goes to 72, but if I wanted it to be bigger than that, I can type in here. So I could say, no, I want that to be 85. I could go as big as I want, but I'm going to say 85. So now it's right there. I can change the color of that text by going right here. I could change the color. Let's say I want to add a gradient. It's not going to let me add a gradient. So what I've got to do in order to add a gradient and to manipulate this text, same thing, what I have to do. I have to go to modify. I have to go to path, and I have to convert to path. That's one way. And then there is a shortcut. The shortcut is to come right up here up top where you see this. That is the same symbol. It's convert to path. So what that does, when I do that, it automatically gives that type. It no longer sees it as letters. So I can't come over here and change the fonts anymore. So before you do that, make sure this is what you want, because now I can't change that font type. But I can come here and you see all the dots, see all the anchor points? That's a lot of anchor points. But because I've done that, now if I want to change this to a gradient, I now can. I can do a linear gradient, and then I could change those colors all I want to. So there, I can do that. Now, let me show you something else you could do with your fonts, with your letters. I can now, if I want to give it a drop shadow, I can give it a drop shadow. So I can come right here and play with that. I could play with the size of that. Let's see. I could also, where I want that drop shadow to go, let's see. There, so you can see it now. I could change that. This is the X and the Y. You have to know a little bit of math here. Which angle do you want that text, and how far off the ground do you want that to be? So I could do that. I can also play with the blur, which is the spread. It'll spread it out more. But I think I'll just leave it right there. I think that's pretty cool. Okay, now I want to move each individual letter. I want to go up and down, or I want to just change them. I can rotate them. I can always rotate. But I want to actually be able to play individual. So what I have to do is I got to come over here to modify. I've got to go to path, and I got to go to split path. That now lets each letter be individual. Now, here's another, let's see. See the O? See how it's got inside there? Now, actually, the O and the M are connected, it looks like. So if I, no, they're not. But look what happened. Do you see the O right there? And then that piece was like separate. So let me undo that real quick, and I'm going to show you how to fix that. So I'm going to come up here. I'm making it big so you can see it. And I'm going to select that right there so that they're both selected. And then I'm going to come over here to modify. I'm going to go to create compound shape, and I'm going to subtract. And what that does is it subtracts that center part. So now that center part's gone. Okay, I could do that with shapes too. Let me show you. Let me show you that what I'm talking about. So if I have, let's say I make a circle, and I want a hole in my circle. So I'll make another circle inside my circle. And see, I've got two circles. You can't see them because they don't have an outline, but there's two of them there. And now, come up to Modify, Create Compound Shape, Subtract. There. Now I've got a hole in that circle. So see if I come up here, you can see the hole in that circle. Okay, I found that out and had to show you that. I thought that was really cool. Okay, so now I could play with these text, these letters, and I could, whatever it is I want. Oh, look, the E did it too. So what do I got to do? Let me come back to get that E. So remember, I'm going to do that so that they're both selected, modify, create compound shape, subtract. There. Now I've got the hole in that. So that's one way to manipulate text. And you know, when I do that too, then I could change the colors of those individual. I could take that gradient off, and all my letters could be different colors if I wanted to do that. So I could do that too. Now, I also discovered that there is a type on a path, which I was excited because in Illustrator you can do that really easy. It's a little tricky here, but we could do it. And so now I'm going to show you how to do that. First, you have to make your path or a circle. Let's say you could do this. You could actually like make a circle, and this becomes your path. So what you do is, and you do got to make a text box this time. And let's see, type on a path, type on a path. So I'm going to highlight that, or I don't have to, well, I'm going to highlight it so I can change it. That's right, I do want to highlight it. Make it here. Oops, 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 oops. I'm sorry, I messed up. I want to, yep, having trouble highlighting. Here we go. Do that because I want to make it bigger so you guys can see it better. So let's go to 60. There we go. Yeah, it's way too big. Yeah. Let's make that smaller. Yeah, 60 is too big. Let's do 24. There you go. Yeah, it should have been bigger, but that's okay. So now what I do is I select both of them. So they're both selected. And then I go to Modify. I go to Path. And I go Attach Text to Path. And it'll go on that path. And then I think, nope, it won't work it that way. So if you're going to do a circle like that, let me do this again. Let me show it to you one more time. So if I do a circle or an oval or something like that, and it's got a color, you probably want to take the color out after we do the path, maybe before. Fill, let's make it white so that way it's there, but you can't see it. And now let me do the text box and maybe I can get a better size font this time. Type on a path. And let's make that 48. Oops. I didn't change. Here we go. Make that 48. All right, now I'm going to select both. So now you can see the circle when I do that. And modify, path, attach text to path. So now it's there. Now it's on that. It's on there. Let's see if I could select the circle. And see, now I could play with that circle and do some stuff like that. And if I'm not quite, I can move it by hitting that red dot right there. So I can do that. So I discovered that and thought that was really cool too. Okay, I'm gonna show you one more way to do this. So if I use the pen or the free, you could do the freehand, oops. You want to do the freehand. The only thing about the freehand for me is it's just harder to maneuver. But you could do that. And we type on a path again. See, when you do it free-handed, you get these little, it's not straight. It's not smooth. Now we could probably make it smooth by deleting some of the points, the anchor points. Let's see. If I deleted some of the anchor points, it might make it smoother. A little bit. Yeah, you could play with that all you wanted to. But click right there. Modify, path, attach to text to path. And then I can move that. I could change the size of that font. What was it, 20? 36. So there, I wanted to show you that. So those are some things that you could do with your type. See you later.